Greetings, listener. Please enjoy the unintelligible ramblings of your favorite dynamic trio, Arva, Farah, and Westy, as they discuss the usage and understanding of social media. Welcome to The Unintelligibles.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of The Unintelligibles. I am your host this week, Farah, of course joined always by my lovely co-hosts Arva and Westy.
Hi.
Hello.
How you guys doing this week? What's up? What's going on?
Oh, you're breaking the mold. Hold up.
Well, I'm just copying you.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god, I'm thrown off.
Yeah, right? Small talk in a podcast?
Wow.
Well, this episode, it's gonna be very podcasty. Like, I don't have any fun game planned this time around. I've been very busy this week, if you can
That's
believe
fair.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I just kind of picked a topic that I thought would be interesting and insightful, and figured that we would just chat about it. And I did the thing that Wesley suggested that Arva's been doing, where I picked some words out, and if you say them, like, I'll give you points, and that will kind of determine who the winner is.
Fair enough.
Nice.
All right. I'll let Arva go. Arva, how have you been?
I've been okay. Real life has been kicking my ass a little bit, but nothing I can't deal with. Getting back in the groove of things too is nice. So just been hanging in there. My birthday is next month, so I literally have to wait just like a few more days before it's due. And I'm like, oh, it's birthday month. You can't touch me.
Hell yeah. My birthday's in a few days, so I'm
Ah,
living the dream.
hell yeah.
Well,
What about USD?
Maybe old.
the old. Join me. It's been a great week. My brother-in-law, who we live with, went on a cruise. I got to viciously mock him. I think I talked about that last
Yeah, he
week.
lost
Lost his
his
hat.
hat? Yeah.
Right.
After saying he didn't need the straps, I was just like laughing. So he came back and I went upstairs and laughed at him. And Adrian kind of took a bit of a staycation. So we just kind of hung out. We went out and did things all week. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Nice. I love staycations. They're so nice.
Yeah. Like
yeah.
going out on a vacation, that's like, you got to prep for the experience. But every now and then, like when you just kind of stay home for a few days, even though I've been staying home for the last 6 months. Anyway, when you, I have a new job lined up. That'll end soon. But when you just like stay home and you have time to like fully rest and you like do that nice deep clean on day one, so the rest of the day is like everything's already clean. It's nice here.
Nice.
That's what I've been doing.
How's your guys' air quality?
Pretty good, actually.
Probably lowering by the minute.
Haha. So
Forest fire season, baby.
it is. We have had a special air quality warning for a week, and it's like
I know it's been really
smog
bad over there,
outside.
yeah.
It's super just like thick, and yesterday there was ash. It's yucky, grucky.
Oh, it's like bright, sunny, clear outside.
It's still really hot. It is
fucking
like,
hot. Oh my
It's
god.
really hot. Hopefully we're getting some rain this upcoming week because it's been super dry.
I miss winter.
Me
I
too.
think somebody fell down the stairs. Ah!
Yeah.
I laughed at him.
Our hair quality, or hair.
The hair
Jesus.
quality.
I can't think. Our air quality is actually pretty good, except for certain spots are like riskier. Probably the more rural areas or closer to where you are.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It'll happen soon, though. We're gonna get our fair share of forest fires.
Yummy. I love when
Yum.
I can't breathe outside.
I love when it's orange outside because of the
I love when I
the
have to
fucking
wear a full face respirator to go to the grocery store. Okay, so the topic I wanted to talk about today, a little bit more of a serious one. I kind of was just like thinking about what would be a good topic. What's something that we all have like opinions on and a lot of experiences with. And I wanted to whip out the ye old age old debate of social media.
Real
Um,
quick, I just
yes.
realized. Sarah, congratulations on 1K followers. You can tell us how you were
Oh
doing this week.
yeah.
Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, I hit 1K, 1.1 now on Twitch.
Let's go.
I debuted a new model. I'm still the same Batgirl. I just got well, my boobs are bigger apparently. My hair is silver for realsies this time, and I got a new outfit.
Did they put you in Photoshop to measure?
I did a model comparison, and honestly, I didn't think that they were that bigger. And then I like did a side by side because everybody was saying it, and yeah, they're
They're definitely bigger.
Oh, yeah.
they're bigger. I wasn't even thinking about that when I got the model made. I was like, geez, now everyone's commenting about it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to make them too big. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I did a 24-hour stream yesterday. It was a blast. Had a lot of support from all of my friends and community members, and I was really, really happy with the way that it went. I've been holding on to this like new model thing for a long time. It's been like a year in the making almost. I think it was actually August of last year that
Yeah.
I originally placed the commission for the new model.
You told me
Damn.
about it last year.
So it's been a long time. I know, like, it wasn't even that much stuff. It's just like timelines with commissions. You have to wait for commissions to
Yeah.
open, and then they just take a long time. So it was just a lot of waiting. But I'm glad that it happened when it did because it lined up with the 1K really well, where I could do like both of them at the same time, like the new model
That's
and the
always
1K
nice.
celebration.
Hell yeah.
So I was happy with how it turned out, and I freaking like I love it. It's so bouncy and pretty, and I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice. Really good model.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the artist did an incredible job, and the rigger did an incredible job. So I'm very
Mhm.
happy with it, and everybody seems to like it a lot. So
Hell yeah.
I'm glad. It's definitely a change, like design or I guess like art style wise. It's quite different.
It's more. I want to say it's like the colors pop a little bit more to it.
It's definitely more saturated, and
Yeah.
it's like her art style. Barga's art style is much more anime, whereas
Yes.
Seraph's art style is kind of a combo, like half anime, half like realism. So
Mm.
it's quite the change in art style, but they're both amazing. I still love my OG model, and I plan
Oh,
on having
yeah.
it as like a point redeem because they're both incredible. But it was really fun actually because I Seraph rigged both models, so I got to do like a side by side comparison of the two on stream to like show the rigging differences. And oh my gosh, I didn't even like realize how much she's improved. And she was already a really amazing rigger to begin with, but that was like it was crazy how much better that she's gotten. And it's only been almost 2 years since she did my old model, so she's definitely improved a lot.
You should make the old
Damn.
model really tiny, put her upside down on a branch, and have her be your text to speech.
I did put her on. I did put her on my head for a little while. I loaded her as like an live 2D item, and I put her
I
on my
love
head.
that feature so much.
Just stack them,
Just
and
stack
then
like a child's army.
Ugly Son of a Bun made me a little like it was a surprise. It was like a little puff bat, like realistic puffle bat model. So I have that as well
Aw.
now, and it's just a tiny little bat. It's like a puff ball, and I had both of them. I had like them triple Farahs. They were all stacked on
The
top of
triple
each
Farah.
other.
Beautiful.
Beautiful art.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a really good time.
Hell yeah.
I was almost didn't make it. I was falling asleep, but I got my second wind.
Yeah, when I rated in, you were
Yeah.
sounding like you really needed a nap.
When I rated
yeah.
into you were like, I was like, okay, I didn't realize you were at like 20 hours when I rated in, but then I saw that and I was like, damn.
I came in at like 16 hours, so I was just like, ooh, she need a nap.
Yeah, I made it though. I made the mistake
yeah.
of sitting on my bed because
Oh.
well,
That's
I'm
it.
wearing shorts, right? And my chair has mesh on the bottom, so it was like imprinting on my
Mm.
thighs. And I was like, I need to just sit on something else. And I sat on my bed and then I was instantly like asleep
Good
basically.
night.
I was but I had to get up and like let my dog out and I went and brushed my teeth and it was like refreshing. So I got
Oh,
my
okay.
second wing. And then we watched Marble League 2022. The Pinkies won. Go Pinkies.
Nice.
Sad the O'Rangers didn't win, but it's okay. They got fifth, I think. That's my team.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was really good. I've had a good week. Also, I got puppies, so
Oh my god,
I
what a little
know.
cutie.
yeah, it's been a pretty epic week for me. I'm starting my new job on Wednesday, and my birthday is also on Wednesday. So
Nice.
we're cruising. And then my 2-year is June 11th. So I got a whole bunch of stuff happening all at once.
Damn.
It's like
No, 2 years
everything
is
all at
crazy.
once. I know. I can't. It's crazy. It goes by so fast. Like
Yeah.
it's funny because the people that have been around for a long time, like Westy was there since my first stream.
Mhm.
It feels like I've known him for longer than 2 years, but when I think about that it's been almost 2 years, it's like, wow, I feel like we haven't known each other that long. It's like
I
it
get
goes
it,
both
yeah.
ways, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It both feels like the longest and shortest time ever. I have like my 3rd birthday stream coming up soon, and I'm like, 3rd?
Damn.
What?
3 years old.
3 years old on Twitch. Whoa, baby.
3
Growing
whole
up so
years.
fast.
I know,
Westy's
that's
been on the
crazy.
platform for like fucking a millennia.
I know how people do that.
Look, when I joined Twitch, it was still called Justin TV, and we had to use XSplit.
Damn.
I hadn't been
Jesus.
streaming that whole time because I really only started
Justin TV.
streaming like, God, what? Because I used to just stream to my friends, just like Outlast or like one of the Resident Evils. I think it was 7. Just like, and you could really only do that at the time. There wasn't like a Discord screen share.
Right.
Because we were sitting on fucking Ventrilo, and so yeah, I had to stream over on Justin TV and just be like, "Yep, playing Outlast, it's spooky. Now we're playing Soma, it's spooky."
Man, that's so cool. I think I joined either like right after it switched or like a few years after it switched to Twitch, but I've been on Twitch since 2014. Oh,
My old account, my like lurker account, I've had for a very long time. I think I've had it since I was 15.
Yeah.
But this account is still quite fresh because I thought about just swapping over, like changing my name on the account that I already had, but I followed way too many people on that account, and I didn't want to go through my followers list, and I knew that I was gonna be like following a bunch of VTubers, so I was like, I'm just gonna make a new account.
That's understandable. Yeah, Twitch makes their unfollowing such a pain in the ass. Like you have to go. I don't know. There's no like list you can just sort through. I wish there was like a.
You have to go into every person's page.
Yeah.
This account was created October of 2015.
Damn.
Old.
Oh yeah, mine was March something 2014.
This
March
is the
23rd or something.
This is the streaming one because I was stupid when I first started. I put my name as the first one because I didn't understand what it was.
Okay, valid though.
Like, we know when you're just like, oh yeah, this is just for friends, right? Yeah, it's just for friends. And then you start and there's like, wait, who the fuck is
Random
that?
people joining, you're like, who are you? I don't know you. You're not a friend.
Yeah, because I was like, hold up, I misunderstood. Like, because I didn't understand it. I'm an old man. I didn't understand it. So my friend was like, yeah, just do that. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, back then streaming was so new as a concept that like nobody really understood it too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was like YouTube era when YouTube was popping off. So like pre-recorded videos were popping off. So when we saw live, we're like, what?
That's a
No
thing.
way.
People replied to me live. I can ask them question live. What? This is happening.
Crazy concept.
Right. And now it's like our main source of entertainment for a lot of people.
Yeah. Now
it's
there's
just
like
casual.
there's people that will only watch live because they like the interaction better.
Yeah.
To be fair, it hooks my ADHD more than like a YouTube video can.
Yeah.
I do both because it really depends on the vibe I'm looking for.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I'm lazy and I don't want to type, so I watch.
Some nights I just don't want to type, so I'll
Mhm.
either lurk and then watch videos or just like purely lurk.
I like to lurk just because it like recharges my battery to sit and watch videos. Like
Mm.
streaming and being social drains you, but then when you're like, I just want to sit in here, say hi, and you get the nice greeting, and then you just kind of get to enjoy the content. It's like, relax a little.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
agree.
way to wind down always is watching YouTube. I usually watch actually Twitch VODs on YouTube.
I
mean,
see.
I've done that. Man, what was the topic again? I kind of lost.
Yeah, well, there's kind of
Oh.
caveats into it because I want to talk about social media, and
Ah.
I had this debate before on stream,
Uh-huh.
but I'm like, what is considered social media? So like, obviously, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things are social media. But
Yeah.
I would argue, and based on the definition, that like Twitch and YouTube are also a type of social media.
Well, for sure.
Yeah, no question.
Absolutely. They
And
have interactions. You
yeah,
get
that's what
interactions with people.
exactly, because especially with YouTube has a whole community tabs for each channel now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is a type of social media. Honestly, like even Discord and like is a type of social media. It's just
Because there's public discords.
any platform where you're interacting with people online and posting and commenting and talking about stuff that's social media. That's
Yeah.
literally
I feel like the umbrella for social media grows like every year because
it's
there's
very
new
broad,
platforms.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think that back in the day, I think people didn't consider like it's different when it's like only direct messages. Like if you're on like Microsoft Teams, probably not a type of social media, right?
No.
But, but Discord is more community oriented, which really changes the vibe. And I think that
Mm.
platforms like YouTube weren't originally considered a type of social media because there was a lot less interaction going on, where it was literally just like you could comment on a video and maybe they would respond, and that was the limit. But every platform is really evolving to be more interactive because that's what everybody wants, is to be able to interact with just like your friends, but also content creators as much as possible.
I would honestly
So-
say that really kicked off. Like, yes, it was still social media, but 2020, the start of COVID, because everything had to become more interactive when you couldn't go
Absolutely.
out.
Yes.
And so that I
Yeah.
think is where we saw the biggest boom, because it was still social media, but there wasn't really like a big community in the communities tab of YouTube. YouTube streaming wasn't a big thing. Twitch streaming was still a big thing. That was still like social media, but there wasn't really like Discords. Now like your parents can be on Discord because that's how you're going to keep up with them during quarantine.
Yeah.
When
They
you
have
didn't want them to
school
be
Discords now.
They
Yeah.
They partner
do.
with schools.
For real.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, I fully agree. COVID definitely did kickstart the boom of like
That was like the match to the there was already a powder keg there just waiting for something to kick it off. COVID was
Yeah.
the match that kind of launched us into what we have now.
100%.
Yeah, I definitely
100%.
agree.
COVID enhanced or hindered whatever
It's
your
both.
take is on it
It's
on a lot of
both.
social media. It's a bit of both. Also like killed and brought back to life social media websites like Tumblr started coming back because of all the Twitter shit.
Mhm.
And TikTok blew up massively because like anyone who missed Vine got like Vine quote unquote 2.0. It's not as good, but it's good enough to fill the void. And then when you're in COVID, you have more time to post TikToks and then to watch them, and then you're addicted or you're now a creator
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
I definitely think a lot of chronically online people were created during COVID.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
there were
Oh,
already
God, yes.
lots, but it was really like so many people were online because you couldn't go out. So you need, I mean, we're human beings. We want social interaction. So you're just online all the time. And then once you get used to it, because I mean, like, people don't understand that I know it's silly and it's like, social media is addictive, but like it is. It
Mhm.
actually is. They have research behind it, and the way that they engineer websites like Facebook and Twitter and stuff, they make them to be addictive. The goal is to keep you on the platform for as long as possible, so that you can view more ads, and that's their source of revenue.
I
So
us-
it is addictive, and I definitely think COVID was not great for that.
No,
No.
but it's one of those things like there was a gap that needed to be filled too, because what did we have before Discord? Ventrilo, or God
Skype.
forbid Skype. And Skype was so
Oh.
fucking bad because did you
Skype sucked, dude.
not only the interface, did you know if you were on Skype, if you found somebody on Skype, you could find their IP address just by going into their profile. It was your IP
What?
address. Your IP address
That's
on
so funny.
Skype is public information.
Yeah,
That's
it was crazy.
hilarious.
So just by having a Skype, you would dox yourself, and like you could literally just like if you were on Skype and we weren't even friends, I could click your profile, click a few buttons, and I could find your IP address and just like, oh, you live here, cool.
I definitely shouldn't have been on Skype at the age that I was.
Oh, I did inappropriate things for my age. Through Skype, Kick was really bad.
Kick.
Oh,
What about this
no.
one? You guys
Kick was
ready?
awful.
Omegle.
No,
Oh
not
my
Omegle.
Omegle. Oh my god.
Top you
And-
all.
Omegle.
I was on
And like
AOL.
Facebook groups.
Oh.
Like the roleplay Facebook groups, I was all over that shit when I was
Oh.
like 12, 13 years old.
Bad.
Me on
Bad.
Roblox and IMVU.
Roblox too. Oh, IMVU. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
And Habbo Hotel, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna spritz you both with a spray bottle full of like rubbing alcohol and peroxide. Just bad.
It's something that like dude, like I mean like kids these days, you get a phone at like 7. Like I
Yeah.
feel like every kid has a phone now. I got my first phone when I was 13, and I feel like that's a good age to get a phone. I don't necessarily think that I should have had unrestricted access to the internet, but at the time my parents didn't really understand how that worked.
That's fair.
But like I mean, there are like 7-year-old kids that have no restrictions that are on TikTok and YouTube and Roblox, and like, oh my god, it is not healthy for
No.
them.
No.
And it's also not
Oh my
safe
God.
for them because I mean, it's even especially like I watched a YouTube documentary a while ago about Roblox. And I experienced this too when I used to play on it, and I'm sure it's only gotten worse. There are so many child predators on Roblox. Like,
Oh my
it's
God, yeah.
insane. That's where they go. Roblox and Kick are like the places that they hang out.
Yeah, because it's like unmonitored children.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
the
on,
same.
like a
That's the modern era, dropping your kids off at the park and leaving.
Yes.
Yeah, no, literally though.
It's become a lot easier to be a predator because it's like to actually go up to a kid and interact with them in person takes a lot more guts than to, sheepishly message somebody who's underage online and ask them to send you inappropriate photos. Like, it's the same as if you're like internet bullying. Like, people will say shit online that they won't say to your face. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
much easier
Mhm.
to say shit online than it is to say it in person. So it makes it a lot easier for predators and also for like trolls and bullies in general.
Well, because it also helps them because, like, oh, this is your friend. You've been playing this game with them for the last 2 hours. Yeah, you're going to add them as a friend. They're going to come back and play with you tomorrow. Oh, they want to see a picture of you? I mean, yeah, okay, that's not weird. They're your friend. Kids don't have the process power to be like, that's a little fucking sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, also people got such a big fucking ego on the internet because they can
Oh
say
my
whatever
God,
they want.
yes.
Oh, it pisses me off. I know you're a scrawny
Well-
little fucking nerd.
Arva,
I know you wouldn't say this to my face if you actually saw me, bitch.
the bane of nerds.
Aw. I am one.
Arva
It's
the
definitely
nerd, nerd
gotten
bane.
worse. I think it's the most. I mean, obviously, this is like very prominent in the U.S., but it's really leached into Canada too. Like, people are so opinionated, and the thing about the internet, right, is that you can make a group for anything, and you can create an echo chamber for anything. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what it is. So like people have become so strongly opinionated, and they're just like surrounded by people that validate them. And when they're faced with confrontation, when they go outside of that bubble, it's just like a mess because they haven't had an opportunity to like properly debate or deal with somebody who has a differing opinion than them because they spend so much time in their little bubbles
Mm.
that it just I refuse to engage. I go on Reddit a lot and I like to scroll through the comments and I see shit that is like wrong factually and I type a message and I delete it because I'm like it's not worth it.
Yeah,
It
I don't
isn't.
even.
It really isn't because I've been told my whole life by my parents it's easier to argue with someone who's smart than someone who's dumb. Because if you
Yes.
argue with someone who's dumb, they're never gonna get it.
They
They're
embed
never going to
themselves.
get it.
Like
Yeah.
a smart person, hey, your opinion's wrong. Here's why it's wrong. They'd be like, I didn't have that information. I understand now. A dumb person's like,
Right.
no, because that's not what I thought.
No, because I said so.
Yeah, I don't argue anyone who's stupid. I don't even engage in those. But like, there's so many times I join Discord, and my VTuber model's an orange cat. So Garfield, I just leave the Discord. I don't want to be there anymore.
Yes. I
Yeah.
know you hate that
It's
shit.
just not worth it. That's why I just like if someone's trying to confront me, I'll just like giggle or something. I'll be like, ha, yeah, whatever, get out of here.
I don't
Like,
even.
I don't
I
want to
just-
deal with that.
I ignore them. I ban them. I move on. It's like you don't even get to live in my head.
There's like
No, but their dad does. Oh.
Oh.
The delayed burn.
I think.
You had to think about that
It was an electric stove. I had to power up.
I definitely think like oh my gosh. There's so much that I could say about this topic, but like the worst is when I feel like this is like I know the internet is still it's not new, but the internet like internet what's the word I'm looking for? What is it? It's like courtesy, not courtesy, but like manners. It's like
Etiquette?
another word for etiquette.
Etiquette.
Internet etiquette I feel like should be taught in schools because
It
we
should
learn
be now.
we
It
learn
should
like
be.
fucking I had to take a class on how to use Google Drive and I knew more than the teacher knew. Like that's useless to me. I don't need that. But I think that kids definitely need to learn like like what to avoid and also I mean guys if you please do not take anything that you read online as at face value. Like
No.
something that I learned very like they hammered it into us because I took a psychology in university and
Hmm.
peer reviewed and like what to look out for like shady sources and like what to look out for good sources and how to do proper research. That was hammered into us. And the number of times that I see it not being used by the general public, it's something that it's a skill that I feel like everybody should have.
Mm.
And it's something that we should learn at a young age because I know when I was a kid, like I joined some conspiracy theory Facebook group and I didn't know. I was like 15 and they were telling me there's chemtrails in the air and I was like, "Oh, well, they must be right." Like I just believed them. I didn't know what conspiracy theorists were. I didn't know what to look out for like a peer-reviewed anything. Like I didn't know what any of that meant. And I especially like I mean obviously the older generation is the worst for it, but I
Hmm.
think that it's something that everybody should learn, but it's something that we should be teaching our kids early on
Now,
because it's important.
I will say in that same regard, I just want to say a lot of social media influencers are also really fucking horrible about that.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's so
Absolutely.
many people who, again, same thing. They hear like one thing, then go, I can't believe they're putting this in our food. What's the source? Well, if you scroll down, it says Bill from Facebook told me this. Like, oh, cool.
The worst.
I saw
And
that once.
100%.
I fucking
I
saw
can't
that
remember.
once. I was like, what the fuck?
There's a phenomenon and I can't remember the name. It has a name. I'm going to look it up. But when somebody has a higher status than you, so teacher, doctor, but for a lot of people, social media influencers, you take what they say at face value. Like you're more likely to believe somebody that has status than somebody who doesn't. So
Right.
it's really dangerous because there are a lot of social media influencers that spread misinformation, especially if they're getting like sponsorships from companies that maybe they shouldn't be accepting
Yeah.
sponsorships from, and they're
Mhm.
promoting products that aren't safe. It's really dangerous, and especially for kids that are younger, but just in general, we're more likely to believe somebody who we consider of a higher status than us. So it's something that I feel like this happens a lot where a social media influencer will like promote some kind of product or challenge and somebody will get hurt and the social media influencer will be like, "Well, I didn't expect that." And it's like, "You should." People are like watching your
Right.
content
You have to
and
understand the
they're
risks that
copying
you
you.
are putting onto others by
Yeah.
like promoting like
Always do research.
if you come up and you're like, "Hey, I'm promoting the backflip off your roof challenge. I didn't get hurt." Yeah, but fucking little Timmy down the road's gonna land on his skull, and then what? You promoted it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing I've come to terms with recently. Oh, sorry.
I don't know. That's all good. I was just gonna say, just like be aware if for both sides. If you are any form of social media influencer, if you have like I don't know 200 followers on Twitch or Twitter, and you have a reach, just be aware of what you're putting out there because even if it's like even something as a joke can be taken seriously by somebody who just glances at it and takes it at that face value and doesn't like know the story behind your joke. And then again, those people who are doing that, maybe don't put all your faith in a social media influencer. Maybe do a little research on things you're reading. Because that's kind of a better way to live than like, oh yeah, I can do a backflip off the house. They did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Something I'm thinking about a lot recently. I mean, I thought about it a lot in general since social media has been a thing, but like the fact, well, like, first of all, Ferris said the whole like status thing. You see someone with like 800,000 followers and you're like, oh, well, they have 800,000 people that follow them. They must be right. Or they must have some sort of like leverage over me. No,
No.
that's some random bitch that got 800,000 followers. Like, you don't know who the fuck they are. Literally, it's so crazy. Like, the fact that with social media and all this shit now, that we just can give a platform to some random fucko that could be like the dumbest, stupidest, most racist, problematic bitch in the world, but they got like 800,000 followers and you have no idea because that's all they show on their internet and social media is like the good side.
Yeah.
And that's
You have no
honestly,
idea.
that's why people get radicalized too, because
Yeah.
it's a gradual process
Mhm.
where you're introduced to somebody that maybe only has slight questionable views, but then it gets like gradually more and more prominent, and because of because it's such a gradual process, people don't notice it and they buy into it, and then
Yeah.
I mean they're fully into it by the time that it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's why I'm being cautious because I've had like the self reflection of like, well, I'm kind of at the point now. Well, not kind of. I've been at the point that I'm like technically I could be considered like an influencer. Um, and I just like it's so scary. It's so fucking scary to think about because I
But
see all
you're
these other
aware of it.
bitches.
That's the thing.
It's true. I'm aware, and I'm making sure that like I just am myself. I'm just a decent person, so I'm sure I won't struggle with this. But it's still scary to think about like the fact that on so certain platforms I have like a bunch of people just watching me at all times, and there's probably some bitches out there that are just waiting for my downfall, which is crazy. I've never been like under the spotlight like this. And I just every day I realize it more because I'll be playing a game on stream and then someone's like, oh, because you're playing this, I want to get it now. And I'm like, whoa, what? Wait, you want to play this because I'm playing this? And then I kind of end stream and I'm like, holy shit. Like, my words were enough to get someone to buy a video game.
Yeah,
kinda scary.
that's why it's dangerous, because like I mean, especially if you have any type of like credential, like if anyone's a
Yes.
doctor, like okay, so like I have a bachelor in psychology, which is not a huge deal. It's a lot of people have that. But I will still have people occasionally, they'll ask me for advice on something, or they'll ask me about some kind of mental process. And they assume that I know what I'm talking about because I'm a psychologist. And I try to be as helpful as I possibly can and as right as I possibly can be. But it's a slippery slope because I could fully give them wrong information,
Right.
intentionally
Mhm.
or unintentionally, and they would just believe me.
Yeah.
That's the other thing
Yeah,
too,
100%.
because again, just because you're somebody who has that particular degree and like a little bit of experience in going through the education of that, does not mean you have the knowledge applicable to that individual in their circumstance. They probably need somebody more specialized in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you should
100%.
pay attention to because people will have specializations in something and they'll be talking about a topic that they have really no idea about because they're not specialized in it. Like I know very little about child psychology because that's not an area that I was interested in all. So like if you're asking me about developmental stages, I know basics, but I can't go in depth into it. So I shouldn't be giving people advice on their kids' psychological development because first of all, I'm not qualified by any means to do that, but I don't know enough about it. But it's very easy for me to be like, yeah, totally.
Mm.
I'll tell you what
Yeah,
to do
right,
with your
do this
kid.
and this.
Yeah. And then because you can be like, yeah, see, I have a degree, and then people just be like, well, you know what you're talking about, but
Yeah. And oh my gosh, see it online so much. Like there are a lot of people are doctors, you know? There are a lot of doctors out there. That doesn't mean they're all good doctors.
yeah,
But because they're a
Right.
doctor,
you can get a
and
doctorate in anything.
you can. And by the way, guys, chiropractors are not doctors. Just so you're aware. And there are a lot of unregulated professions too. I can't remember if it's a nutritionist or a dietitian. One of them is unregulated. So you don't actually need any official qualifications to be one of those. I think it's a dietitian.
I think it's a dietitian. Yeah.
It's one of those two. And so like when somebody puts a name, like they tell you that they are something. Like if somebody says that they're
Other way,
Dep-
dietitians
depending-
are regulated.
nutritionist is not. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
because anything could be a nutritional supplement, really.
Yes. So if somebody tells you they're a
Right.
nutritionist, well, what does that mean? Like, what qualifications do they actually have? Because it's not a regulated title. Same with depending on where you live, a therapist or a counselor, depending on where you live, might not be a regulated term either. So you just have to be really careful when
Mhm.
people will love to put their titles on their like bios online on their Twitters and Facebooks and stuff like that. But like just because they have some type of title doesn't mean that they actually know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. I could put fucking astrophysicist in my fucking Twitter bio.
Technically,
Doesn't
you
mean I
can
know what I'm
put
talking
whatever
about.
you want and you can
Right.
pretend to be
And
whatever you
someone
want.
will believe it. Someone, at least
Someone
one
will
person
believe
will.
it. Yes.
Very
Yeah.
true. Especially it
Just
backs
make
up
sure you do your
their
research.
statement. They'll use you in every argument.
Right. 100%. 100%. If it backs them up, they'll just like swear by it.
This is why every time you go into any like doctor's or dentist's office, they have their certificates hanging on the wall.
They're like,
they're
"Please, we're
telling
real."
you that they are certified and they're able to practice. You should be asking if anybody is trying to be anything and they're trying to give you advice. You should be like, "Show me your fucking degree right now."
What are your qualifications to tell me
And
this?
where did you get it from too?
Right.
Because there's
Oh,
lots
God.
of like
University
shell
of Phoenix online. Let's
universities.
go.
Yes, there's lots of universities that will give you any degree you want. All you have to do is pay for it, and you barely have to pay attention.
True.
Yeah. Like a pay for degree. Pay for degrees are a thing.
They are. They
Yeah.
are. They're definitely like I see them more frequently in America. We have them in Canada too. I don't know how they are in other countries, but like there are a bajillion online universities that may not even be officially credited institutions and may not even be recognized by the government. But you can pay them lots of money and they'll give you a little degree and it probably isn't even recognized by the government. But I mean, you can go around and tell people that you have it.
I'm
And
Right, like,
technically
it'll
you
fool
do, like you
someone.
have it, you have the certificate, like you do have it. But does that mean you know what the fuck you're talking about?
I'm going to hope beyond hope that the other countries outside of North America are at least better regulated about that.
Yes.
Like I
Hopefully.
do not know a lot about what anyone else's countries are doing with like online schooling or, you know, degrees that you just pay for. But I want to hope that across Europe and Asia, like there's just like, yeah, no, you have to go to this particular school to get this particular degree. Not, you know, Philip in the corner there's selling out scrolls.
I want
He's
to hope
standing
it's
on the
that
street
way,
corner.
but
like-
seeing all the black market plastic surgery,
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Makes me doubt it. Also, sorry I talked over you.
No, that's okay. I was just be like me in a dark alleyway being like, "You want a diploma?" Like, open my jacket, I have like the diploma
The paper
rolled
crinkle
up,
of your
yeah.
jacket opening.
What do you want to be? You want to be
Yeah.
a doctor? You want to be a dentist? You want to be a veterinarian? I got astrophysicist right here.
This one has a smiley sticker to make you feel better.
This one has a gold banana sticker. Buy one, get the second 50% off. Let's go.
They're like collectibles. You want to get like matching sticker sets for a better degree.
Hey kid, you ever play Pokemon as a kid? Collect all these degrees.
So funny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
And
did
it
find
just
I can't remember if this is the actual one, but the halo effect, which I do remember learning about, is basically this is specifically especially for attractive people because we are more likely to believe what attractive people say. But you take one trait of
yes,
a person, which is either being attractive or having a big following or having a doctorate, whatever, and then you make an overall judgment about their entire personality. So somebody may be a social media influencer and they're really pretty, and then they're telling you stuff, and you're like, oh, well, they have a lot of big following, so they must be a good person, so I'm gonna believe what they say.
yeah.
And then
Or
you
the
It is-
see
opposite. They have a
the
big
horrible tweets
following.
later.
They're an
Yes.
ego bitch. I hate them.
Yes, that too. I like never
Yeah.
trust. I never trust rich people, dude. I
Mm.
immediately do
Nope.
not trust you if you're rich. I'm sure there are lots of good rich people out there, but I'm so burnt out from rich people being terrible people that it's
Right.
like I just can't. I just can't trust you.
Same with like any sort of celebrity. I just kind of
I
distance.
never,
I
even
don't
if
get into
what they're
them.
saying is true, I have to look it up after they say it
Right.
because I don't believe you.
There's only a few of them that I don't, simply because it's like Ashton Kutcher, actually amazing guy, and he actually speaks a lot on like
Mm,
child trafficking, and
Yeah,
everyone's
he
like,
stopped.
shut the fuck up, you're an actor. He's like, no, that's just what I did before. This has always been my full-time job. And it's just like,
He stopped acting to advocate and like,
That's
oh my gosh,
crazy.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's such a good person.
so there are certain
Mm.
like people out there who have that kind of social media, I don't know that social media, but that media influence, and they know what they're talking about, and because they've proven it for so long, it's okay to believe them. But if there's
Mhm.
someone new cropping up, well, they have 100,000 followers, I'm sorry, on social media, doesn't equate to them knowing what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen
That's-
that many times on Twitter.
That's not a correlation. That is something abstract that you're pulling out of nowhere because you want to believe what they're saying, or it backs up
Yeah.
your opinion. And the fact that this person said it, you're going to really back them up too.
Mm.
Because people really just hate to be wrong.
Yeah. Especially with
yes.
the internet. They just want to be right. And if they're
People will
wrong, just like
double
Farrah
down.
said, they're like bubbled in their little world, so they don't get to be wrong a lot, you know?
See, I
So they
fucking
encounter being
love.
wrong.
I love to be wrong because then that means I get to sit down and really just, hey, tell me what you know, and kind of
Right.
figure it out from there. That like I think have one friend in common. I'm not gonna say a name, but she has like so many doctorates in like sleep studies and
Oh,
goes
yeah.
into all these like different brain functions, and then she'll actually host like, because she has to go give the big speech in front of hundreds of doctors, she'll do it on Discord first so she can like make sure everything's organized and correct and run through it with everyone. I fucking love that because
That's
it's like
so cool.
that's so cool to learn about like circadian rhythm and like how that affects, like it actually affects your blood. So
Yeah,
little
it
things
does.
like that, just because since I've seen so many of her official studies and journals and like all that for like 2 years now, I don't even question it. It's like, you could probably tell you, man, you got some ghosts in your blood. Like, ah, fuck, I better do cocaine about it.
It's true. Yeah.
So I
But
do
do
see both
research
ends of
and
it,
get your proof.
but yeah, I was gonna say I do see both ends of it. But if you have somebody that you've been watching and they've been right for so long, and I know, like I said, I fall in that trap too of, 'cause that's really what that was, of you could tell me anything about that particular topic, I just believe it.
Yeah.
I don't know more than the doctor who's been talking to me about it for years and going over everything with me.
Right.
So
100%.
It's easy too, like there have been cases too where like somebody is educated on a topic and they do know what they're talking about, and people believe them, and then they slowly fall into a rabbit hole, and then they end up starting to spread misinformation, whether it's intentional or unintentional. But
Mm.
because they were so well accredited to begin with, and they were well believed before, well, everybody's just gonna believe them
It could also
anyways.
even be like maybe something has changed. Like there was something, oh, hey, we actually discovered it was this. It could be hard to shift your opinion based on
Mm.
new information being
Yes.
presented
Yeah.
overnight. But
Yeah.
you got to be ready to be wrong, I think is the main I'm going to say the main topic today is like be ready to be wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Like how you deal with that situation shows me your true colors more than what happened. Depending on the intensity of the situation that happened, but like if you accidentally spread misinformation and you were informed that you were spreading it, how you react to that and respond to your community is how like I'll continue to either support you or stop. Because if you're
Right.
like, I'm sorry, my bad, I should have like done my research better. I'm sorry for this, blah, blah, blah. Gives the evidence on like what the correct ways to do it or whatever, whatever the situation is, corrects and moves on, apologizes, does the essentials, learns from the mistake, then I'm like, okay, everyone deserves a second chance.
Mhm.
You've corrected yourself.
Everyone makes mistakes.
If anyone
That's fine.
expects more, that's up to them. But if they come on and they're like, you guys are, I'm sick of you guys trying to tell me that I'm wrong and blah, blah, blah. Like, they come in hostility or like they try to blame someone else or it's like a half baked apology. Then I'm going to be like, okay, well, obviously you just don't give a shit. And you just like it when everyone listens to what you say on the internet. And when someone doesn't, then you get all crazy and mad.
Mhm.
That's what I'm like,
Yeah.
no, sorry, you're done.
People get way too defensive. Like, if I'm telling you that you're wrong and what you said is incorrect, it's not a personal attack against you.
You're just
It's
wrong.
It's just
you're
your
just wrong.
information that you
Your
have.
information is wrong, but it
Yeah.
also depends on how you approach it because you can be aggressive too. Like if somebody comes up to me and they're like, "You're so fucking stupid. Like this is totally wrong." Well, now I'm gonna be defensive because
Yeah.
like you've
Right.
insulted me. But you can approach the conversation and be like, "Hey, just so you know, I don't think that information is correct. Like I did research and blah blah blah. Here's
Yeah.
some sources." Like that's a good constructive way to do it. And if a person after you do that tells you to fuck off, well, maybe you shouldn't be talking to that person anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then then it's on them 100%. That's something that a lot of social media, especially TikTok, has like erased is like constructive criticism.
Oh
Oh
god.
my
It's
gosh,
TikTok
yes.
is purely just like hateful criticism and like sharing their opinions that shouldn't be shared. Like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. So many people fail that philosophy because on TikTok, it's like the second they see a person, they have to say something bad. Like they have to. Even if the person is the prettiest
Yes.
person in the world, they have to point out one bad thing about this person to get the laughs or to get the likes or to get the attention. And it's just so disappointing to see how quickly people become aggressive or the aggressor and initiate in an hostile engagement over like a topic or over something personal or something. They just have to fight instead of being like, hey, you might want to check your facts before you post something like this. This is wrong. Here's how you can like learn about this, blah blah blah. They're just like, you're a fucking stupid bitch. Let's all cancel you and dox you and drag you to the pits of hell because you made an accident. And burn, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
This is why you're wrong.
yes.
And then obviously you're not going to want to deal with that and you're going to be a bitch back because, like you said, you get defensive. You just had someone literally dox you or try to dox you for accidentally spreading misinformation. Now, once again, before someone jumps me, this is dependent on situation. I don't condone doxing for anyone.
No.
But depending on the
Yeah.
intensity of what's been lied about or said on the internet deserves a different response from the people. No
There
doxing,
are
though.
definitely certain websites that are more reactionary than other. Twitter is very bad.
Oh
Twitter is
god.
the worst
My
website that
God.
I've ever been on where anybody says anything slightly controversial, instantly you're canceled. Like it's
Yeah.
I know
Mhm.
it's like something that the like boomers talk about and they're like, "Oh, cancel culture is so dumb" or whatever. But like it is stupid.
It is.
There's definitely stuff like people. If there are people that are doing awful things, like if somebody's secretly a neo-Nazi, yeah, they probably don't deserve to be an accredited person. They probably don't. You probably should not follow them anymore. But
Mm.
like, it's the simplest shit. Like somebody will accidentally. I don't like. Especially the worst is when it's a mistake. Like if somebody accidentally does something and they own up to it. leave them alone. Like, it's not that big of a deal. People make
Right. Like
mistakes.
what happened to letting people grow? Like
Yeah.
people, that's another thing is the fact that stuff is now immortalized on the internet and it's going to be there for like the rest of your life. People don't
And
let you grow anymore. They're going to hold you to that forever. And I'm like, I get it. They've made a mistake. I made a mistake, whatever the situation is, once again. But also, it's been like 6 years, 5 years,
oh my
10
gosh,
years. I don't
that's
know.
the
Like, I've seen
worst.
people drag it on for like 15 plus years. It's like, I'm a completely different person now. Like,
Yeah.
you can see it just from like, well, once again, I've never experienced this, but I'm saying this is from my perspective. Um, I'm just role playing right now. But like, you know, after 15 years, 10, 15 years, after even like 5 years, I'm a different person. I've grown, I've changed. It's 5 years. I'm now the difference from being a teenager to an adult. My views are going to be different. I've made mistakes in the past, but I've done the most I can to atone for them and make up for them in my life. And you can usually see that, especially with others on social media, that you can see they're a different person, but people will still bring up the past about like, you said this many years ago. And it's like, yes, I did. I literally went through this like every single year for the past like 5 years. I've been canceled every time and I've dealt with it every time and it still won't be dropped. So
I
just
feel
people don't
like
let people grow anymore. And it's really disappointing to see how quickly that people just get stunted instantly and they try to grow and people are like, you haven't changed. You're just putting up a front.
I hate that. I feel like that's what happened with Jenna Marbles.
Yeah.
People dug shit up from a very long time ago. That was a mistake, and it was so bad that even though she fully like was like, yeah, I'm super like this was wrong. I fully apologize, and she owned up to it immediately. But
Mhm.
she left the platform. She stopped being a YouTuber because it was too much to deal with.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
don't bully people off
Don't
the
do
Don't
that.
bully.
platform for like
Like she was
mistakes.
an example of, you could tell she grew as a person. She was like such a different person by the end of her YouTube career between that and the beginning. It's like anyone could look at two videos from her, one from the beginning of the problematic era, which once again she apologized for like fucking yearly. Like it was a yearly thing of her having to say, I'm sorry I did this. As you can see, I've grown. Like it's been like 10 years since I've done this video and it still won't be dropped. And you could tell she was a completely fucking different person. She was a fully grown woman who she's now married. She had like her dog family. She had a nice house to take care of. Like she had other shit to deal with than that. And people still wouldn't let it go. And it's like, girlie, you gotta move on.
That's
There's
why it's
only
kind
so
of
much someone
nice.
can apologize for before it's like, why
Yes.
are we still going around in circles?
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of nice to be a VTuber because if something happens and people will not leave you alone, you can just fuck off and become
Yeah.
somebody else.
It's true.
That's what a lot of honestly like there are known VTubers. I'm not gonna name anybody, but there are known VTubers that they were somebody else before, and there was some type of controversy, and now they have rebranded and become a different VTuber because I mean they still want to make content. They still want to have fun and stream or make videos or whatever. But if there's some kind of controversy and it won't leave them alone about it, I mean, it's not fun anymore
Yeah.
to be able to make content. If people are constantly criticizing everything you do, it takes all the joy out of it.
Because there's always that group of people who they would much rather harass you than enjoy anything else. Because that's where
Yes.
their
Yeah.
enjoyment comes from. It's
Which
really-
I also don't get.
It's
I
such a
just don't
sad.
understand that.
Well, that I think is a whole different topic of. It's not even new.
Well, yeah, I get why
yeah.
they do it, but it's just like, I don't know.
Like it's not new. This has been done throughout like fucking history. Because there's
Yeah.
always people who they need to tear somebody else down. They need like even way back, if you look back at the 1600s, there's people who just fucking get off on tearing anybody else down that they just can get a hold of.
Mhm.
Like that's sadly part of human nature. Some people just need that to exist. And if they
Yeah.
can't have that, if they can't just go and rip somebody down securely, man, those people just fucking shrivel up so fast.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
it's true. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it happen where like someone will try and they fail and they just either implode and make a fool of themselves or they just disappear.
Oh my god, there's people like that on Twitch. They'll come into your chat and they just like insult you or something.
Oh,
And then when you
Like,
just like laugh at them or like don't react, they just leave because they they didn't get the
yeah,
reaction that they
they're like,
wanted.
oh
No,
shit.
the other day I was doing Master Duel and I was doing viewer duels and somebody came in and thank you for shared ban lists. I love shared ban lists so much. And I saw like
It's so
the check
good.
and I was like, shares a shared ban list with this creator. And they popped in, was like, sup. And I didn't really acknowledge them. And then the next message, what the fuck is this? Da da da. And I was like, and I acknowledged, I said, hey, bud, you got banned in this chat, so you're not going to be here. And immediately, like, I don't know who that is. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, hey, you did something to get banned. I trust this person more than I trust you. And immediately, it was the biggest, like, racist, just screaming, yelling,
Yeah,
cussing,
immediate.
so many messages. And I was like, oh, quick, ban, ban, ban. Like, chat couldn't see it because, shared ban list holds it. But,
Yes.
like, oh my God, it was the second they got called out because they were an asshole somewhere else and they couldn't do it over here. Oh my God, instantly true colors exploding in just a rage of, what do you mean I can't be an asshole on the internet? It's like, sorry, we're kind of weeding you out. At least in this
Right.
little circle. We
Yeah,
got
I don't
going
want
on.
no assholes here.
Yeah. If you get banned and somebody, that's why I love share ban lists. If they're banned over in like, Bear, do we share a ban list?
I don't know, but we should.
I think I
If we don't,
I think I
feel like
do.
we might.
As an example, if like somebody pops in talking, it's like banned in Ferris chat. It's like, well, they probably did something real fucked up because there's a lot of shit that flies over there. So you're
Yes,
not gonna be able to.
I'm quite lenient. If
True.
you get banned in my chat, you fucked up real hard.
Yeah, I share some ban lists with some friends like that. That if I see someone, I'm like, oh shit, you must be really bad.
Yeah, like I'm a little bit more. I would say I'm a little bit more on the ban happy side, just because I'm at the point where I don't necessarily
You're too old for
stream.
this.
I'm too old. I don't stream
Yeah.
for it to be like, I don't want to appease everybody. So if you come in and you're immediately
do.
a
I
problem,
just looked.
I'm like, we do, cool. So yeah, if someone comes in and they're like immediately a problem, like it's in the rules, and you clearly didn't.
Yeah,
It's like, I'll say you didn't care enough to read my rules. I don't care enough to have you here, and I just ban them.
right. Yeah,
Those rules are
Sucks
there 3
sometimes,
fucking
though.
times.
because I have some friends that just like ban people for jokes, and so I'll have someone come into my stream and it says banned from this person, and I have to ask them, I'm like, hey, so were you banned legitimately or was
Yeah.
it a joke?
Okay, there are certain
Actually-
people. It's like, yeah, you're abandoned that chat. You're cool. Come on back.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I know who you are, so I need to know, were you actually banned or was that just one of their jokes? They're like, oh, it was the redeem, and I was like, okay,
Yep.
I see.
The ban this
I
person
actually
redeemed.
had Emma came into my chat and it says suspicious unit banned in Akira's chat, and I was like, what? Why were you banned in Akira's chat? Like you're like the most like wholesome person I know. But it turns out that one of her mods thought it was a bot, so they banned her.
Jesus
And I
Christ.
was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna ban you obviously because I know who you are.
Right.
But sometimes it does happen where somebody gets banned and you see suspicious user and you're like, why? What
I
happened?
know you. Like,
What
you're not the kind to
happened?
get banned. What happened?
But yeah, that's why I have mods, dude, because like I am way too lenient. But honestly, like my mod will come in and be like, "We're banning this guy," and I'll be like, "Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's fair." And the whole chat will be like, "Kill them," and I'm like, "All right."
Okay.
Everybody
Thank you,
says
chat.
they suck, so I guess you guys
I've
are my
become
you
a
guys are
lot
my
less
reasoning.
lenient. I've been trying because I'm the same way where like my mods, I rely on my mods originally to like make all the bans because I was just too lenient. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can ban someone, but now I just laugh. I laugh at them and ban them while I'm banning, or laugh while I'm banning them.
I had to get mods because I was too ban happy, so I had to let them make the choices.
They have to like hold you back.
It's simply because I have there's certain things. One of my biggest pet peeves, like I have basically just 3 rules, and that's it. It's like, be over 18, don't be, the racist, transphobic, nothing like that. And then don't call me Garfield. At the very first thing, hey Garfield, instant ban. Like, I don't even give you a second chance, you're gone, just because it's in the rules 3 times. You even have to agree to it before you can chat. So I had to get mods to time people out instead before I could get to them to ban them. which is kind of hard to do because I got a Stream Deck and that ban button's right fucking there. But
It's so easy.
yeah, because it's like I'm just so sick and tired of certain things, and I put it in my rules because I don't want to see those particular things. Like, I don't go into your space and start just, making fun of the shit that you obviously don't like.
Yeah, some people I've learned just literally will not read the rules. I had a chatter who did something, and I knew them for a while. Like they were a regular for like a year, and I was like, why did you do this? Like you should know this isn't the rules. And they're like, oh well, honestly, I haven't read the rules in the whole year I've been here. And I was like, okay, I get that, but also if you don't read the rules now, then I will just ban you. And they were like, oh, I didn't know it was that big of a deal. And I'm like, well, there's fucking rules for a reason,
Well,
buddy.
Yeah,
why
that's
are they
what gets-
there?
That's what, like I said, that's the pet peeve because everywhere has rules. No matter where you go in the world,
Right.
online, there are rules to follow. And mine aren't even that like strict. It's the fact that people seem to go out of their way to break them that I'm like, it's pretty fucking hard to, like, in all honesty, that's my 3 rules. It's pretty hard to get banned if you're a decent person.
Same.
So I'm like,
My rules have been expanded, but they're pretty simple.
I'm like, where the hell do you go in life where you can just be like acting how you are and that's just okay? No one's told you, hey, you're an asshole until me.
Yeah.
What sheltered life have you lived?
Yeah. I
The
know, it's
worst,
crazy.
oh my god, because you guys both have, I have mature audience on. I have an 18 plus Discord, but you guys are both 18 plus Twitch streams straight up,
Mhm.
and the number of underage people that will come in and be like, I'm 16, and it's like, you're stupid, and why did you do that? Bye.
I get
Right,
that
yeah,
all
right.
the time. I have an unban request because somebody came in and because I have a chat bot that comes up and reminds people of the rules. And they're like, oh, I'm not
Same,
18,
yeah.
don't ban me. So I banned them. And I got an unban request that said, hey, unban me. I'm going to be 18 soon.
Oh,
I was like, I didn't respond. I leave all the unban requests. I read them and I leave them just so that
Oh,
they
yeah.
know it gets left on red. Like,
I did the same thing.
because I don't want to get rid of it. Because then I want to be able to pull, like, well, why'd this person ban? Here you go. That's why.
Yeah. That's what I do. I just
One
like seeing them
day-
too. Some of them are so funny. The unbanned
Yes,
requests.
exactly.
They
Yeah.
are.
One day I've seen like really big streamers do a thing where they'll have like they'll go on through their unban requests like on stream and let chat vote whether they should unban somebody or not, and it's so funny. I would absolutely do that.
I'm gonna do it eventually. There's a game supposed to be coming out from Chillizart that's called like Parasocial or something.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna like read out all my unban requests and do them, and then I'll play that game afterwards.
That's pretty good.
Beautiful.
I have so many. They're so funny. There's one person that literally just begs. They're like, please, please unban me, please. Oh my god, please. It's so good.
You could like beg, go down your knees and beg.
Right. Yeah, please, I beg you. Please, I beg of you. All right, 20 gift subs.
Yeah, pay me $100 right now.
Bribe me to get unbanned.
Honestly,
Shouldn't
I
have been as funny as
respect
it
the
was.
grift.
But yeah, I was going to be like, you know what? You got to make that bank.
Right. If you're gonna be a nuisance in my stream, you might as well pay me for it. I'm then now gonna be a daycare because I have to take care of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
A
I love when I
reoccurring
rate
subscription,
people and
bitch.
say that I'm dropping the kids off.
I should start doing that.
I mean, basically,
One
it is.
day, I want to get a raid with like 1,000 people and be like, the kids are here for school.
Take care of them for me. I have
Take
to go
care
buy
of them.
cigarettes.
Dump them on a tiny little streamer too.
Make them shit
Hey,
themselves.
yeah, here's the kids. Can you take care of them? I gotta go to soccer practice with Danny.
They won't even see your message.
Yeah, they won't even see it. They'll just see all the kids. The raid message would be like, hi, mom, or something, depending on who the person is.
Can we
Arva
have-
went out
Hi,
for milk
Mom.
and cigarettes.
Hi, new parent. Dad's going for milk and cigarettes, so we're here now.
Yeah, like, no, wait.
Will we see Daddy again?
When will we see Daddy again? You just never stream again.
Yeah, that was my last stream ever. If I ever have to do a graduation stream, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm
That'll be
sorry,
it.
I have to go by milk chat, and then you leave, and you
And then
never
just
come
leave.
back.
You have to go buy the
Yeah.
VTuber cigarettes. Got to go.
I just end my stream and then start the raid after ending the stream.
Well, I had some words that I was just marking you guys on because I was like, wow, I don't know how to pick a winner. We're just chatting. The words that I picked out, which I figured almost all of them got said. I think only one
Nice.
of them did not get said. I had addiction, dangerous, predator, influencers, and streaming. So you both said a lot of those. A lot.
Yeah, we did.
I know I did for sure. Damn.
But Arva said it more. So
Damn.
congratulations. I think Arva talked more, so
I talk a lot. Yeah, that's
that was that's why.
That's fair.
Yay! Oh my god.
Congratulations, Arva, for winning. Who talks more?
I was gonna say the one time I win is because I just talk a lot.
There's good points though.
Yeah, oh, that was really nice. I very much love like just the basic style of having just the podcast and talking as well as like the games and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just nice. I should just talk about opinions and stuff, and have a respectful space, contradictory to all the stuff we've been talking about social media. where
We had
can
to
just
make this
talk.
space. And now we're gonna look in the
Right.
comments after it's posted and be like, fuck.
Oh god, yeah, we're gonna see all the comments and everyone's gonna be like, actually,
Just don't read the comments.
Disable
right, just turn
comments
them
for this
off.
video.
Close your eyes.
Disable comments. Yeah. Sometimes I'll get DMs from people where because we have whatever conversation, and they're like, oh, like I want to contribute to the conversation, so they'll like DM me and we'll talk about it. And I'm like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Dude. That was like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember.
That's the one thing that
My life
sucks
has
about
moved
yeah.
on.
It'll be like a week later or more, and I'm like, what did we talk about? I can't remember what I had for breakfast today. Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
for real.
If it's not same day, the conversation's over.
Right.
Have to go back and watch our own podcast to see what we talked about.
Yeah, and then you hear it and you're like, oh, that's what they're saying. Okay, I see.
And these are recorded, same day, of course. We upload them right after we hit end record.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Right.
But-
AFK has like 2 seconds to edit. the
Exactly 2
entire-
seconds.
Exactly.
Sometimes by the time people have time to listen to them, that just makes me laugh because it's like, yeah, we're just recording this at like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. It's like, go, 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 go.
I'm like groggy voiced in my bed, like half in my bed still. Hey guys, good morning.
Hey guys.
I'm shuffling up to bed. Oy.
My eyes aren't even open yet. We're doing like a picture game, and I don't even see what the fuck is being shown.
Like, well, Harvard's gotten all of these wrong. So far, he just said the back of his eyelids for every answer.
We're like,
Weird.
why is this one dark? And this was also dark. Oh, and this one doesn't have anything.
But yeah, that happens a lot where I'll see something or somebody will mention something in stream. I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, totally. Thanks for listening. Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay. I promise, guys, if you say that to me, I'll know what you mean.
You heard him. When he's on stream, bring up random parts of the podcast that he said.
Do it. Test. Oh, yeah, especially what I said, because I'll definitely remember it because I said it 100%.
There we go. You heard him.
You heard it here first. He gave you permission to quiz him.
Please don't. I'm gonna
Quiz.
embarrass
On
myself
what he said
so
during the
bad.
last
Oh my god,
podcast
make
episode.
that a redeem, like a pop quiz question.
Oh my god.
I'd
I will fail. I will fail.
I'd fail so quick. Oh god, maybe I should. That's kind of fun, but also that's nerve-wracking.
That is a fun idea. Because then it also
Hmm.
challenges them. Have y'all been listening?
Right. It's a
Yeah.
two-way street.
You would never know if you were
I'll
right
pop
or wrong,
quiz
though.
my viewers, and they'll all be like, "You have a podcast?" Arvid, do you have a victory speech for this very competitive episode?
Fuck social media. Fuck
Yeah.
Seconded.
influencers. But streams are cool sometimes.
Yeah, fuck social
So-
media, but also come to my stream.
Yeah, I know streams are okay sometimes. Only when like we are streaming, the three of us.
There we
Anyone
go.
else who's my friend in streams, don't take this to heart. You just weren't here.
Should have been on the
You just weren't
podcast.
here. Right.
Should have gotten into this locked Discord.
Exactly. Yeah. Why didn't you join? We were waiting for
Right.
you.
We were waiting for you.
We
and
just
only
started
you.
without you.
Hmm.
Westy, you have anything to say?
I would like to personally thank Twitter, Reddit, 4chan, all social media for royally fucking me out of my deserved victory today. That's all I got.
Understandable.
Basically, fuck social media. It's really hard just to be on there and not want to gouge your eyeballs out.
Yeah.
Join our respective Discords. It's still a fucking trash heap, but you know, it's at least a manageable trash heap on our side. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, not to be mean, but I was gonna say Discord in general is kind of starting to trend towards the more social media Twitter route.
It is.
So that's why I
Discord
like join
stopped.
ours, because at least ours are like curated and watched and moderated and not a public Discord.
Right. Like
Public
mine's a pretty
Discords
safe
are
space.
Cesspools.
Yeah,
That's
Arva's and
true.
I are a pretty safe space. I'm scared of Farrah's over there. I don't pop in there very often.
It's gotten better since in the Binginging it was rough.
It was nothing but
really rough.
JoJo references and Garfield. That was all there
Oh
was.
my god! Don't fucking you're gonna give me PTSD.
I fucking ran from that one. It's like fucking put up
Garfield, no.
the cross made of breadsticks and back away. Ugh.
Well, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you completely agreed with all of our opinions, and if you didn't, don't.
You're wrong.
comment. You're wrong, and I don't care. So sucks.
It's true. Sorry if you didn't like what I said.
Yeah.
Your
yeah,
problem.
yeah. Also, please don't quiz me. I don't remember. I don't remember what I said.
Quiz them both. Not me,
Okay.
but them both.
No. If it's one of us, it's all of us.
Right.
Damn it.
I have to. I just woke up 2 hours ago. My brain's a little. I'm still processing information from the beginning of the conversation. I'm on a bit of a delay.
You also just did a long stream, so that's not.
I
Yeah.
did.
I don't blame you.
I watched Marbles for 3 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Check out Marble League on YouTube. It's the best. I love it. I watch it every year. As always, you can find myself at twitch.tv/FairTheBat and twitter.com/FairSilvertail. Westy is WestyHCC everywhere because he's consistent, unlike the rest of us. Arva, twitch.tv/Arva and twitter.com/ is it Arva_69 or just
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I remembered. I'm a good
Nice.
friend. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm right, you're wrong. Shut up. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.